One of Hollywood's favorites is back on the big screen. I'm talking Julia Roberts. She stars in the new thriller Secret in Their Eyes, where she plays a tough investigator who'll stop at nothing to solve her daughter's murder. I got a chance to talk to her, and she shared some secrets of her own.
Julia Roberts isn't just a Hollywood star. She's an icon. Known for her unforgettable roles and magnetic screen presence,
she's one of Hollywood's biggest stars, with any number of memorable film credits to her name. But did you know that Julia Roberts also knits? And she almost never drops a stitch.
she has held audiences captive for decades, with each performance adding to her legacy. But beyond the glamour of the big screen, Julia's heart shines even brighter. When she discovered a single mum who could only afford one meal to share, she took a step that was absolutely shocking to everyone. Want to know what exactly Julia Roberts has done? Join us to hear the full heartwarming story, the Lisa Johnson story.
Jane Pauley recently sat down with a pretty famous pretty woman who's also a knitter, Julia Roberts.
When celebrity philanthropy and genuine human connection meet, it's something that rarely makes headlines, yet these moments of authentic care and compassion often create the most lasting impact in the lives of the people affected. That's exactly what happened with Julia Roberts, whose reputation for charitable work extends far beyond her acclaimed acting career. As a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador, Roberts has dedicated significant time and resources to supporting children's healthcare and education, while her involvement with organizations like G. Elson and Stand Up to Cancer shows the world her commitment to humanitarian causes. And the story we are about to share would be no exception to this. In Los Angeles, where approximately 2 million residents face food insecurity,
across the city, the tents stretch everywhere. From Hollywood to Venice Beach, scenes from what could be a disaster movie, now a seemingly permanent fixture on the streets of Los Angeles.
And 1 in 4 children risk hunger daily, Lisa Johnson's struggle is the kind affecting countless families. A single mother of 3 children, Anna, Ethan, and little Max. Lisa's story shows the harsh realities of modern American poverty. The economics of Lisa's situation paint a stark picture of contemporary economic challenges. In Los Angeles, where a modest 2-bedroom apartment commands monthly rent exceeding $2,000, Lisa's income from multiple jobs at California's minimum wage of $16.50 per hour barely covered basic necessities for her family of 4. Even working 60 hours weekly, her pre-tax earnings stretch thin across rent, utilities, and essential needs. The family's modest apartment, furnished with second-hand pieces and marked by faded paint, stood as proof to their financial constraints. Lisa's daily reality involved careful budgeting and resourceful management of limited means. Her kitchen contained mostly low-cost staples, pasta, canned vegetables, and bread purchased on sale or with carefully collected coupons. Regular visits to food banks supplemented her pantry.
Some much-needed help today for struggling families in the San Gabriel Valley. The LA Food Bank held a drive-up food distribution in El Monte today.
Each item strategically rationed to sustain her family as long as possible. This careful orchestration of resources was normal for her, a broader pattern among working parents who frequently face the saddening choice between paying utilities and purchasing food, the notorious heat or eat dilemma that affects hundreds of thousands of Los Angeles County residents who rely on food banks monthly. The turning point in Lisa's story arrived on a particularly challenging day when her pantry contained only a single bowl of soup. This moment of crisis was what led her to discover an upcoming event, the Helping Hands Family Support Day, sponsored by the Joyful Hearts Foundation. This event was one that combined food distribution, health screenings, and family support services under one single initiative. At the event, overwhelmed by the crowd and the variety of services available, Lisa found herself struggling with the emotional weight of her circumstances and wanting to cry. The reality of depending on charity with how exhausted and filled with worry she was brought her to the point of really almost crying. It was at this moment that Julia Roberts, personally overseeing the event, noticed Lisa's distress while she was making the rounds. Instantly, Roberts approached Lisa in a way that reminds one of the particular hands-on, personal involvement that characterizes all of her philanthropic work. Taking Lisa aside to provide privacy, Roberts effectively created a space where Lisa could share her story, the long hours, the financial strain, and the heartache of struggling to provide for her children all these years. Roberts' response to Lisa's story went beyond what was expected of mere celebrity charity. She immediately provided direct financial assistance and, more importantly, arranged for sustainable support through her foundation. Weekly grocery deliveries, coordinated with local merchants to provide fresh produce and essential items.
World Harvest, the so-called social supermarket. World Harvest is a food bank with a difference. You shop for your food and you walk out with a full cart for a donation of just $55.
Offered Lisa's family not just sustenance, but hope. This intervention quite literally changed the life of Lisa and her 3 kids. And it didn't stop there. The incident opened Roberts' eyes to a need in the community, and she immediately took action. As such, the broader impact of her helping Lisa extended into the community through a month-long fundraising campaign in partnership with a food distribution charity operating in LA. This initiative, incorporating match funding programs and community credit union partnerships, went to show how celebrity involvement can amplify charitable giving and raise awareness about critical social issues.
More families are struggling to afford basic necessities
It's the
in the
new
coronavirus
sobering sight
crisis.
of hunger in America. In San Antonio, Texas, 10,000 cars lining up at this food bank, where they usually feed 58,000 people. Last week, 120,000 showed up for food.
The campaign's success in raising over money for the cause could as well have been a showcase of the power of combined community effort and strategic partnerships. The enduring message of Julia Roberts' action lies not just in the immediate impact of charitable giving, but in the reminder that behind every statistic about poverty and food insecurity stands a real family, parents and children facing daily challenges with dignity and resilience. Through the combination of celebrities like Julia, lending their influence, community support, and individual empathy, it becomes possible to bring about a long-lasting change in people's life situations, offering hope to families like Lisa's across America. Now, who is Julia Roberts, and how did she come to wield such shocking influence? Who is Julia Roberts? Julia Roberts is a renowned American actress, celebrated for her immense talent, captivating charm, and long-lasting success in Hollywood. Born on October 28, 1967, in the small town of Smyrna, Georgia, Julia was raised in a family with a deep appreciation for creativity and performance. Her parents, Betty Lou Bredemus and Walter Grady Roberts, were both actors who had a passion for theater and storytelling. Together, they co-founded the Atlanta Actors and Writers Workshop, an organization dedicated to fostering young talent and creativity. Growing up around this environment, Julia was exposed early to the arts and often observed the acting world up close, which would later influence her career. Her early years were marked by both artistic inspiration and personal challenges. When Julia was still young, her parents separated, and she remained with her mother, Betty Lou. The separation and her father's passing shortly thereafter brought challenges that required maturity at a young age. These experiences helped shape her grounded and resilient personality, traits that have been evident throughout her career. Although her family's financial situation was modest, her mother's dedication and strength inspired Julia, instilling in her the drive to pursue her dreams.
It's just never consumed me, being an actor. It is my dream come true, but it is not my only dream come true. The life that I've built with my husband, the life that we've built with our children, and that's the best stuff, to come home at the end of the day triumphantly to them.
Despite her early interest in veterinary science, Julia's exposure to acting through her family eventually led her to Hollywood. Her early life, with its mix of creative influence and personal hardships, created a foundation that would allow Julia to thrive in a competitive industry while remaining authentic and true to herself. Her grounded nature, born from these formative experiences, has played a significant role in her approach to fame, often choosing privacy and family values over the spotlight. Julia has two older siblings, Eric Roberts and Lisa Roberts-Gillen, both of whom are also actors. Her complex relationship with Eric, in particular, was widely reported due to years of familial tension and misunderstandings. Despite these ups and downs, Julia and Eric eventually mended their bond, reuniting on a personal and professional level. As a mother of three, Hazel, Phineas, and Henry, Julia Roberts has long prioritized protecting her family from the limelight. Since her children were born, Julia has worked tirelessly to keep them out of the headlines, aware of the pressures that fame can impose on young lives. Her approach to parenting reflects a deliberate effort to create a stable, grounded environment for her children, away from the intense scrutiny often directed at celebrity families. In an industry where family privacy can be rare, Julia has consistently put measures in place to ensure her children's upbringing.
One of the best things about being a mom for Julia Roberts is getting to see her kids do what she never got to do. From family resemblances to budding activism, here's what those kids have been up to.
Is as normal as possible, even opting to raise them primarily away from Los Angeles in quieter surroundings. Interestingly, Julia Roberts didn't begin with a clear focus on an acting career. Her early years were marked by a love for animals, and she initially dreamed of becoming a veterinarian. Attending Fitzhugh Lee Elementary School, then Griffin Middle School, and later Campbell High School, she was an academically driven student who excelled in her studies and enjoyed learning. After high school, Julia decided to enroll at Georgia State University, aiming to pursue her interest in veterinary science. However, her path took a major turn when she realized that her true passion lay in performing. Inspired by her family's background in the arts, Julia decided to take a chance on acting and left Georgia State University before completing her studies. With determination, she moved to New York City, where she sought out opportunities in the entertainment industry. She signed with a modeling agency, which helped her gain initial exposure, and began taking acting classes to refine her craft. Under the guidance of various acting coaches, Julia dedicated herself to developing her skills, working hard to overcome her lack of formal acting education. This unconventional path paid off. Julia's natural charisma, combined with her commitment to learning, quickly caught the attention of casting directors. She began securing small roles, each performance showcasing her potential and helping her climb the ladder in Hollywood. Though she did not follow through with a traditional college education, her early focus, combined with a relentless drive to succeed, allowed her to carve out a place for herself as a promising new talent in the industry. The career and achievements of Julia Roberts.
We'll be looking at the monster hit Pretty Woman. Upon release in 1990, this was the movie that elevated Julia Roberts' career from up-and-coming actress into an A-list superstar.
Julia's acting journey began with modest roles, first appearing in the 1988 film Satisfaction, where she played a band member alongside Justine Bateman and Liam Neeson. Though the film itself received mixed reviews, it offered Julia her first taste of professional acting on the big screen. Her breakthrough came later that year in Mystic Pizza, where she portrayed the feisty and independent Daisy Araujo, a young Portuguese-American woman navigating love and life in a small coastal town. Her natural charisma and raw talent shone through, garnering her widespread praise and quickly marking her as a promising newcomer in Hollywood. Julia's career picked up even more momentum with Steel Magnolias, a star-studded ensemble film where she played the role of Shelby.
Shelby, hold on. Clary's getting you some juice. Shelby. Should I get her a cookie? No, juice is better.
A spirited young woman with a life-threatening medical condition. Working alongside industry veterans like Sally Field, Shirley MacLaine, and Dolly Parton, Julia not only held her own, but also managed to stand out, earning her first Golden Globe win and an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress. The film established her ability to handle both comedic and deeply emotional roles, paving the way for her next project, which would change the trajectory of her career. It was her role in Pretty Woman that truly launched Julia into superstardom, playing Vivian Ward, a charismatic and witty Hollywood prostitute who unexpectedly falls in love with wealthy businessman Edward Lewis, portrayed by leading actor at the time, Richard Gere. Julia brought warmth, humor, and vulnerability to the role, transforming what could have been a stereotypical character into a complex and lovable figure. The film was a massive success, becoming one of the highest-grossing romantic comedies of all time and making Julia a household name. Her portrayal of Vivian not only won the hearts of audiences worldwide, but also solidified her status as Hollywood's It Girl, a label she would hold for years to come. And there's still more to come. Julia Roberts' career has been decorated with many honors and awards. She has won 3 Golden Globe Awards and 1 Academy Award.
So the nominees for Best Performance by an Actress in a Leading Role are Joan Allen in The Contender, Juliette Binoche in Chocolat,
which is rare and marks her as one of the most respected actresses in Hollywood. Her performance in the movie Erin Brockovich stands out as one of her greatest achievements, and critics often call it one of the best acting performances ever. In addition to acting, Julia has extended her influence into production. She worked as an executive producer on several projects, including the HBO series The Normal Heart, which received praise for its portrayal of the early AIDS crisis. Julia's accomplishments also extend beyond film. She has been involved in philanthropy for years, especially in causes related to children and the environment. As a supporter of UNICEF, Julia has worked to promote health and education for children worldwide, raising awareness and providing funds to improve their lives. She is also involved in environmental causes and has partnered with Conservation International to protect natural resources and encourage sustainable practices. Despite her fame and success, Julia places her family as her highest priority. She often chooses roles that allow her to focus on her children and has been known to turn down projects to spend more time with them. Over the last decade, her approach to acting has been more selective, choosing projects with care and opting for quality over quantity. This decision reflects her commitment to maintaining a balance between her career and her family, showing that even at the peak of success, she values her role as a mother above all else. Controversies surrounding Julia Roberts.
In 2018, Eric made headlines for his comments in an interview with Vanity Fair in which he said, "If it wasn't for me, there would be no Julia Roberts and no Emma Roberts as celebrities, as actresses, and I'm very proud of that."
While Julia Roberts is widely admired for her talent and dedication to privacy, her life has not been without controversies that have sparked public interest. One of the earliest and most enduring issues has been her turbulent relationship with her older brother, Eric Roberts. Both siblings entered the entertainment world and achieved success, yet a deep-seated rivalry and personal conflicts led to a prolonged estrangement. Their disagreements were public, with tensions often flaring in the media. However, in recent years, the siblings have reconciled, with Julia and Eric occasionally acknowledging their renewed bond in interviews. Another controversy that drew media attention was her marriage to Daniel Moder, a cameraman she met on the set of The Mexican. At the time, Daniel was married to makeup artist Vera Steinberg, and his developing relationship with Julia led to criticism and speculation in the press. The situation became even more contentious when Julia was photographed wearing a T-shirt with the phrase "Hello Vera," a not-so-subtle jab at Steinberg. The message on the shirt was widely interpreted as Julia's public declaration of her feelings, and it drew mixed reactions. Some viewed it as a bold display of her personality, while others found it insensitive. Julia's commitment to keeping her children's lives private has also led to public clashes, particularly with paparazzi. Known for her intense desire to shield her family from the spotlight, she has often confronted photographers who invade their privacy. While her protective stance is understandable, her strong reactions have occasionally drawn criticism and stirred up more media coverage, ironically bringing more attention to the situations she wished to keep private. In spite of all these controversies, Julia Roberts remains an icon in Hollywood. She has not only secured her place as one of the most beloved and enduring actresses in the film industry, but she's also shown us why she's so beloved with the surprising way she intervened in Lisa's life. What do you think of Julia Roberts' surprising intervention? Was it even necessary? We would love to know in the comments. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more. Also, click the following video shown on your screen. You will enjoy it